Well, I finally decided to delve into The Last of Us Season 2. We're on episode 5, so I'm going to talk about the past episode. So there is a spoiler alert here, don't listen on if you do not wish to know anything. But mostly I'll be doing episode 5 and then each episode as they go along. But spoiler alert. So we're really getting into the swing of things. Yeah, pun intended. But we're really getting into the swing of things here because, I mean, for a start, I'm just going to start with Jeffrey White. I mean, as Isaac, like, we're actually getting more screen time with him. And by the way, he's the only person that is actually like a voice actor in the game and is the actual actor for his part in the series. So I think that's pretty cool. And so far in this series, we've had Dina, who, she's way better than the game. Like, I mean, she was good in the game, but they've given her more reason to be involved than before. The fact that she was at Joel's death, which kills the whole, if you haven't played the game, there's the whole, hey, I'm Tommy, hey, I'm Joel, let's just give it all away, even though guess what, it's a post-apocalyptic world with dodgy people around and we care about security. Set now, partner. Yeah, it was done. It was done then, it will be done now. By Dina being there, not only did they do the whole, hey Joel, we're in a terrible situation, which in a panic, she didn't know she was with, he was with someone, and it kind of made sense. He'd just be like, just let's get out of this. And what's the chance of it being Abby, right? Well, it did happen to be Abby with the amazing Airbnb where he died, but yeah, it actually made more sense. And the fact that Dina now had a good reason to give Ellie the information, or more information than she had in the game, being like, yeah, so I withheld when you were in hospital, but hey, I got this information about the WLF because they weren't actually very clever. Which, I'm going to mention characters not being very smart in this, but I was fine with that particular bit. So I was also glad in this particular version of the story that the town wasn't covered that much. We actually had the great battle in the town, which wasn't in the game, made Tommy more important. But look, when Joel died, when the incident happened that we were all waiting for, I thought it was really nice they had a nod to the golf clubs. Like, it was like, that was cool. I mean, that's what they used in the game. But the fact that the final blow wasn't just whack, because how would you know that one whack was the killer blow, which is what we're supposed to get in the game? I mean, we know because of the way it's being shot and the way it's being told to us, but for the characters. But in this one, it was not only the fact that it was obvious to everyone, and it was so like quick, it was like, right, over. Not very dramatic, no big pomp and, ceremony, circumstance, it just none of it. It was just, yeah, it was just done. And I quite like that because it kind of just fit the moment. I really do hope that Tommy gets covered a lot more in this, because when I look back on the game and I'm like, okay, like, you lost Joel, which was a really big deal and a big hole to fill. Like, Tommy could to some degree, I'm not saying totally, but he could fill that. I mean, naturally he cares, it's his brother, as well as that emotional connection, different to Ellie. And they pointed out in it when he's like, I am his brother. I can't remember if I am or I was his brother, I can't remember which one it was. But it's that point of like, I am his brother, like, you may have a close connection, I do too. The fact that at that town meeting, the town meeting definitely changed it a bit, because he's actively said about not going for Abby and the gang, the WLF. So we could be in for some changes here. So now I'm going to get on to the dumb decisions, because Ellie and Dina, especially Ellie, and Ellie made dumb decisions before when she was in that town before the big city fight and Joel death. Like, oh, should have gone to the supermarket, which does in the game, which was dumb then. But even more so going into Seattle, a city. You have no experience of a city, because when she left the city, she wasn't very old. She had some experience, but not loads. But you're in a different city. You just assume there's one group, the Washington Liberation Front. Really? Okay. Like, it's been a long time, and you know the situation? Like, there was more than one group where she came from originally. So you don't know the lay of the land. I know there's more place to hide. There's more germs that can happen. There might be multiple factions within a city. They don't know any of this. No local knowledge, except the WLF exist here, we think. And the fact, you don't know what clickers are there, or runner clickers, or children of the corn clickers, whatever it is, they just don't know. Oh, we'll just open up a tank lid. Oh, lucky! So we do get more Isaac backstory, as I said, and like when he's having that torture moment with the Scar being the other group within Seattle. And Seattle is a complete mess, by the way. You've got Cole, and you've got, I don't know how to describe them, like, a rebel faction. I mean, they were against the authority that were there, the authority that you do see Isaac betray, which was a nice bit of backstory. But the Scar mentioning about no one leaves us, everyone's leaving you every day, oh, somebody's going. That's like, oh, we know you're a cult because you're literally being burned to shreds, having your hand burned off and every bit of skin torn asunder. It's obvious that isn't true, and as frustrated as Isaac was, I just got the impression he was like, no, I'm far too pissed off. And when you get that sort of first introduction to the Scars as a group, as opposed to that person, when Ellie and Dina see them, when they're trying to sneak through, yeah, in the game, that was way scarier when you were running away from them. Like, I can't describe how much scarier it actually was. So if you played the game, it almost felt relieving, as in, oh, I wasn't so bad. It's like we've been that conditioned. And standard cult stuff. I mean, same in the game. It's just, hello, yes, oh, we're going to kill you. It doesn't matter what you do or what you do. There's your entrails. Merry Christmas. And I do think it's cool, actually, that a lot of the scenery in this game, so when it came to the TV tower with the WLF finding the people killed by the Scars, obviously Ellie and Dina are white, they're going to think they did it, although that would be very meticulous the way they had their entrails out and killed them, and the WLF would know that it wasn't likely them. It was still less terrifying in the game, because in the game you would have killed everyone. They did not kill everyone in this. I mean, it kind of seems unnecessary when running away, but that was nice. The Airbnb where Joel died, I mean, that looks incredible with the views over the mountains, like Death Airbnb. That would go for a hefty price now. And it's quite nice to see them making good use of the fact that Ellie is immune. I mean, she's told Dina, and obviously it took Dina like 2 seconds of screen time to be like, I don't believe you. No way, I might do. No way, I do. No, maybe more than 2 seconds. But, you know, Jesse has now come. He doesn't know he's rescued them. He doesn't even know that he's a father on the way. I mean, Ellie doesn't seem to know how it works either, because she's like, oh, I'm going to be a parent. I'm going to be a mother or a father. It's like, I do like the fact, and it's the same in the game, but maybe the actress just brings it out more with Ellie. The fact that she's so naive with so much, it just actually works really well for Ellie's character. So it'd be interesting to see what Jesse does, how his reaction is in the series as opposed to the game. I mean, he does come in the game to save them as well. It's slightly different scenario, but yeah. I mean, again, they made more of the town in the game, and they didn't need to. Like, what we got here was actually better in the series. But what do you think? Did you enjoy it? Maybe you didn't like it, maybe you're just not enjoying this series at all. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff, comment, let me know what you think. And until next time, I'll see you later.